Recording in progress. Today I was super bearish, but I ended up buying since the price took this major liquidity. I ended up executing a buy entry and it was working really well, but I wasn't kept the stop at the value point. I put tight stop and I closed my positions in just because the entry flipped my M5 fair value gap. That was my game plan. I don't want to complain it. That was my game plan. I was like once the M5 got flipped, I don't want to hold this position. I just want to close it. I just closed it according to my plan. That's nice. After the very next candle, it was like a huge buying candle. Then I was like, oh, it's not, which means it's still holding. It's kind of closing below, but it's fell to display, so it's give good reaction after it's reached the equilibrium level in 1 minute time frame. So I entered again, and again it gets stopped out. It's not get stopped out. The worst part of the game of today was I was not stick with my stop. Closed it. I closed my first position before it approached my stop, and I closed my second position doing the same thing. I'm not let the market to stop me out. Instead, I just closed it manually. That was the worst part of my trading thing, which I'm doing right now. These days, I'm doing the same thing, like closing my position manually, and I again re-entered. I keep on, which means I'm keep on getting manipulated from the market. So the market told me to close the position since once it flipped the M5 hourly gap, and market again led me in after that bullish candle, and after market again told me to close the position just because it's flipped the direction. Which clearly indicate one thing: I'm keep on manipulating from the market. I was not stick with my plan. Each and every candle's manipulated me. That's the worst part of the thing. If I keep my, I know where I keep my stop, where I should keep my stop, and if that place get approached, my entire model is wrong. That I do know every time, but I not following it. I kind of scared to take the stop loss, so I want to put tight stop so I can put more position, accumulate big profits. That's where I start to make some mistakes, and I was not patient enough to sit and look for the anticipated price action and just enter the position very early with 1 minute confidence. And today my game plan was really good, and my entry is good, my speculation is good, my target is good, everything is good. But I was not secured any profits today. Today also a losing day. For the past 3 days, like the last Thursday, I lost one percentage, and and the Monday I lost something, and today I lost something. Overall, I lost almost 2% in every one of my accounts, to about 2%. I I gave away all my profits in my live account. I almost didn't break even now, and one more live account I was 2% down. I have to build it back, make that back with the conscious and with the conscious efforts, like putting proper rules and just try to make back all those things, and getting back to the break-even point, and sort of create some buffer in those accounts. Until then, I don't have any access to put more lots, more size. I have to have the plan to execute size, standard size, like my plan size. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do any random things. So my risk should be, I'm not going to put very minimum risk. I'm going to put decent risk like 0.4 or 0.3 or 0.4 percentage, if I'm not wrong. Because if I'm able to catch two winning trades, which means I'm up for 1:2, I'm up pretty much 1.2 percentage. So it would be a great thing. It would be a great thing and great buffer. So then I can scale my risk risk stop loss. So now we just move on to our entry. So when I was in the morning, price just approaches this level right of, could push to the upside, keep on selling all the way down towards this range, flip, come all the way to this sell side liquidity. And in 4 hour, when I was in the market, To be honest, the price was not approached. Price was just stayed inside this range. So I know for sure that this is gonna be the drawn liquidity. And I do have a big fair value gap in 4 hour time frame, big displacement, and it's kind of accumulating here. So I was like, so instead this is I need to be bearish. I like to see this low to sweep, and in 1 hour it's remain the same thing. It's a 1 hour fair value gap, so it's a huge accumulation like yesterday. Fair value gap accumulation tap, sell off. Fair value gap accumulation tap. I expect the same continuation entry to this liquidity, to this sell side liquidity. This is the session lows. These are the structure shift which I got right here. This is with all those things, but what is that? These are sell side liquidity. This is the previous day high. Price not only take the London high, but also take the previous day high. It was a big push. The 1 hour candle give this much move. I don't know why it's happened. I think it was due to some data like news. I don't know what kind of news. We don't have any red folders. We do have a red folder, but at this time we don't have any news. But I don't know what happened here at this time. It was a huge move, huge push, but it's still respected the price action. So 1 hour, 15 minutes, what happened? This is a 15 minutes time frame, big displacement. So inside this range, I need to be bearish. I can target this and this liquidity. This is session liquidity and this is a major liquidity pull. So I expect the lower prices. I understand this. Everything is a liquidity. This is 8:30 news manipulating to the upside. I expect the price to reach this high, but it's just sweep the internal and start to sell off all the way down towards this point. And yeah, once it's sweep, it's kind of start to buy all the way towards the previous day high, and it's flipped. But in higher time frame, it was not actually flipped in 1 hour and 4 hour. It's just a big. What I put in 15 minutes, in 15, sorry, 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, it's still the same. Sell liquidity, engineer the liquidity, go all the way up. I expect the price to reach this fair value gaps. So I was like, once this high has been taken, like yesterday, once the price manipulating, so once the price move all the way up towards this high, once it's swept, once the price entered this range, we can go for short and targeting this and this low. That was my game plan, but unfortunately, there's that high continuously getting protected until my wrong liquidity has been taken. What happened here is news content manipulated to the upside, sweep this high. At this point of time, I was like, I expected the price to sweep this, but instead of that, price swept this and started this place towards downside. These are all the engineered liquidity. Once the price sweep the major liquidity, internal and external, it started displace higher, and that's literally what. Oh, so that's what happened. Give me a second. So I marked out after that in 1 minute I clearly see the sweep, flip, and structure shift. 1 minute in 1 minute everything has been printed. After that I just marked this M5 value gap. I marked out this M5 value gap, and inside this range I was bullish since I got everything in 1 minute. Exit my first position here, exit my second position here. But unfortunately, the fair value gap failed to hold the position. You can see right this fair value gap clearly closed below. Once it closed below, as per my plan, I closed my running positions without it before it approached my stop. My stop was right here, but before it approached my stop, I closed it manually due to my plan. It was from my plan, right? If any candle closed below this range, I don't want to hold the position. That's what I did. But the very next candle told me one thing, like it's not actually flip, it's still holding, and it's a big up close candle, so we can look for buy. So I just execute my position, put the stop at the low, and expecting some higher prices, especially to the equal highs and to the London high. But it was due to some news, it's going all the way up towards the previous day high. Once the high has been taken, it's once high has been swept, it's replaced to the to which place to all the way towards the discounted range. In 1 minute, I can explain it even clear. Yes, in 1 minute, it was super dumb clear. This is the first entry which I missed. So there is a news scandal manipulating to the upside. Once the liquidity has been swept, what happened? Once the liquidity has been swept, what happened? Big down close candle, kind of kind of what? Kind of structure shift. Let's keep on selling all the way towards this low. So even though if the thing is manipulating to the upside, I expected the price to took this in order to go for buy. But unfortunately, what happened here is once it's weak, it started to sell off all the way down. It's kind of so you can see one more thing. Low high low high low high low high. Sorry, high low high low high low high low. It's kind of printing trend like the it's a kind of a clean trend. This is the first. This is the first swing low getting break and displaced. Until this point, there is no swing getting broken displaced. It's keep on selling lower. It's flipped. It's leave this imbalance getting tapped. Start to sell off all the way towards this low. So once the major liquidity has been taken, it's flip, structure shift, and is also flip this inversion. The last five that holding the price got structure shift. I got my structure shift and I execute my positions inside these ranges. I execute my position inside the range inside the M5. Execute my position. Expect some continuation. Expect some big displacement. But unfortunately, it's come all the way down. So I scared and closed my position. And again, it's give good push. So again, I entered. But after this candle, after this move, I was like, so I don't want to hold this position. I closed it again manually, and it's kind of come all the way down. It's kind of what happened. Engineer the liquidity, swept one more time. Engineering the liquidity, swept. That low continuously getting protected. The swing low which gives the structure shift, it's continuously getting protected. When I saw the Euro USD, it's printed SMT because that in Euro USD it sweep this low. Here it's not. It's printed SMT. The last fair value gap which got inversed, holding the price. Once the price reached this fair value gap, what happened? Big displacement, flip this fair value gap. So SMT printed, inversion holding the price, and once that happened, big fair value gap flip. So after that, it's kind of structure sheet, big displacement, keep on going higher all the way up to this target and this target, bro. It's very big move. As soon as it clears out this high, what happened? As soon as it clears out, holding. As soon as it clears out the high, it's a big displacement candle, big displacement after the candle, very big displacement, go all the way up to the daily high, big push. Well, as soon as the daily high has been taken, inversion. This could be the potentially the second entry if I am in the market. Daily high taken, engineer the liquidity, go again one more time. Lost manipulation candle, big candle where the buyers getting exhausted and it's print a fair value gap. It's got flipped here, and it's kind of engineer the liquidity swept, structure shift, leave the fair value gap, so we can enter the position, put the stop at the high, and targeting what? Targeting opposite thing, targeting the this level, whatever the thing I don't know, but we can target that. Otherwise, we can also project if we can. This is the last candle before the structure shift. So technically, we can target this guys. This is where the market start to reverse its direction, but it's not 100%, but it start to reverse its direction. The whole thing is due to the news, so we can expect the price to come to that point. So yeah, bro. This is also one more entry. Liquidity sweep, inversion, inside it, printer market maker sell model, sweep, structure shift, and it's printer fair value gap. Once it getting respected, we can exit the position here, put the stop at this high, targeting what? Targeting the projection. It's clearly hit my target. And this breaker, yeah, that was the mistake I made today. Sorry, and this is a huge mistake. So for this entry, the optimal stop loss should be this. So it's a clear flip, clear structure shift. So if I enter my position right here, are inside this fair value, that would be the great entry, bro. If I agree with my question right here, it would be a great entry. There is no complaint about it. I should keep my stop here. If I keep my stop here, it didn't get approached, right? It didn't get approached. If I keep my stop right at this point, it not even getting tapped. Even though if I get stopped out, this is where I get one more entry. So taken. So SMT flip. Once you identify this fair value gap, once the price reach this fair value gap, it's instantly give reaction like flip this fair value gap. And it is also SMT. So this is enough. And in Euro USD, it is not only print SMT but also give structure shift and all kind of confluence. In Euro USD, it's literally give a structure shift, rebalance to the breaker, and flip the recently found fair value gap. Everything has been aligned in Euro USD. But I was not good this position. I was so messed up with myself after missing this much move, even though I anticipated this move. Not this not I didn't expect this much volatility, but I expect the price to reach this way, at least this way. Okay, that was the trade that I took from GBPUSD and was a loser obviously due to my indiscipline. And I just go over this trade. Yes, trade. I'm not going to go over completely. I just go over this as good as possible. Yes, we already run out of time. I will upload this video tomorrow morning because already time is 1:46. I don't want to sit here and upload this video. Mm, okay, this is the 5 minutes. Yeah, this is Asia session, London session. Market maker structure shift, holding, push all the way down towards the London low. Once the London low has been swept, once the London low has been swept, instant displacement, and it's keep on going higher. At what time? Level 40, bro. At level 40, what happened? As per my plan, it's worked really well towards the London low. Once because London low, it's holy fuck, bro. In London low, it's clearly engineered liquidity, right? It's clearly engineered liquidity. It's a kind of tiny sweep, but I don't like that. For me, this is a sweep, bro. For me, to be honest, this is a sweep. This is not a sweep. This is the equal lows. It's kind of engineering the liquidity and go all the way up. Once the price clear out this liquidity, once the price clear out this, what the fuck is that, bro? Once the price clears out this liquidity, once the price entering this for this whole swing, this is a this very highly premium fair value gap. Once the liquidity has been swept, what happens? Sweep, structure shift, fair value flip, lot of imbalances. What you can expect inside this model? We can look for short and targeting what, and we don't have any validation. We don't have any validation in order to go for buy. The entire thing was just a choppy. So it's all those things of the liquidity. So we can clearly target the equal lows. That was exactly happened, and that was my game plan. But I not stick with that. That's the major issue with me today. My first entry, I planned to execute here. As soon as it's swept, I planned to execute here, but I was waited too long, and by the time price moved too far, once the traveler getting flipped, I execute my position here, put the stop bar this high, and I close my position. And I also set my limit order here for this area in the 15% percentage level. I set my limit orders here, but I didn't stick with that. Unfortunately, I closed due to fear, and I re-entered. And using 1 minute confluence, I did a lot of stupidities today, bro. I almost lost 1.2 percentage in my live account, fresh account. I can make it back, I know that, but why the hell? Why the hell I doing this kind of stupid things? So I was super bullish. So I was super bearish inside this range, but but unfortunately, I was like, it's a sweet. So my friend execute buy order on set sweep the liquidity. News candle low has been taken, and this low has been taken, and instant flip, structure shift, and with this discounted range keep on holding the price. So my friend is already buy here. He already exited the position, put the stop at this low. I was like, what I'm doing here is, so what I'm doing here, bro. I'm not convinced to go for sell to buy. So once the price sweep all the liquidity once it entered the 50% of the level of this fair value gap, 5 minutes. I saw this big displacement. So I was like, I anticipate this all the engineered liquidity, and this is a real move on surprise tap flip and 50% level tap the fair value 5 minutes fair value gap. It gives a good reaction. So I was shorted here, put the stop at this high, expecting the continuation towards the London low. That was my game plan. But what I did is, as soon as the price flip this fair value gap, I was like, okay, fine. So what happened here is, it's sweep news candle to lows, and it's also a break and flip structure shift, engineer the liquidity, engineer the internal has been swept, and it's kind of flip this fair value gap. So I execute my buy entry here, put the stop at this low, and it's move according to my direction. And I don't know what kind of candle is this. It's a candle, big candle. I don't know where it is from. Big candle. It stopped me out. I was down almost $700. I was not planned to lose this much, but I lost it. Lost it. I'm not. As per my plan, I should break even my trade, but I didn't. Uh, as per my plan, I should break even my trade here, but I didn't. So, and I get stopped. This big candle stopped me out, bro. Stopped me out. My initial plan was to face hit my take profit, and I was not making anything out of it. Obviously, it was a losing day. So okay, fine. Time's already up, 21 minutes. So yeah. So tomorrow, I'm not sure. I'm going to exit position or not. But for sure, I'm going to come live. But I need to be very cautious since my mind is not good, my discipline is not good. I'm not doing workout for 2 days. I'm not even take shower today. So I have to be. The time is 1 o'clock, 1:52. It's close to night 2 o'clock. Still, I'm not go to my bed. I'm not making my bed. So I'm not in a good good mood. Uh, I'm not doing good these days though. So I have to fix that stuff first before doing expecting something in trading. Yeah, that's it. Have fun.